If you unironically refer to a meme that was published as a meme and intended to be viewed as a meme as a fake video, you are in fact confirming that you are fake news.
Jim Acosta, I'm looking at you.
Viva Frei, Montreal litigator turned YouTuber, and we are going through something of a heat wave in Montreal, and our air conditioning in the house seems to be broken, so not only is the car the quietest place in the house, it's also the coolest. The controversy of the week, Donald J. Trump retweeted a meme. I believe the original was published by Carpe Donktum. The original video that served as the basis for the meme was a video that went viral about a year ago, a beautiful moment between two toddlers, a black toddler and a white toddler, where they hug each other in a moment of pure toddler beauty. The meme that Donald Trump retweeted was another portion of that same video where instead of the toddlers running towards each other to hug, one of the toddlers was running away from the other toddler. The political point being made in the meme was that honest media could take one segment of the video and report on it one way, whereas dishonest media could take another segment of the video and report on it in the exact opposite way. And yes, the political point being made in that video was a dig at CNN because the entire parody was purporting to be a CNN report on that video. Now, whether you found it funny or not, it was intended to be a joke, and whether you found it appropriate or not, it was intended to be a meme. It was not intended to be viewed and consumed as a real, authentic video. It was intended to be viewed and consumed as a parody. Now, the father of one of the toddlers in the video didn't find it funny, and we'll get back to that. And Jim Acosta didn't find it to be a parody video. He thought it was a fake video. And in his question to Press Secretary Kayleigh McEnany, Jim Acosta repeatedly refers to the video as a fake video.
And if I can ask you about last night, the president tweeted out some fake videos, one of which was labeled manipulated media by Twitter. Why is the president sharing fake videos on Twitter? Why is he sharing fake videos? When you share fake videos like that, doesn't that make you fake news?
Fake as a concept, by definition, has to have the intent to deceive. A meme that is intended to be a meme, a parody that is intended to be a parody, is not intended to deceive as to the authenticity of the original. It is not fake by the definition of the word. And it is by no means the first time the media has attempted to deliberately misrepresent something by abusing of the ordinary sense and definition of words. You may recall that a while back, the media accused Donald Trump of publishing a doctored photo of his face on Rocky Balboa's body. I'm not kidding. They referred to a photo that was clearly a joke of a photo, totally implausible in the first place, as a doctored photo of Donald Trump's head on Rocky Balboa's body.
Doctored.
Incidentally, I did a vlog on that video as well. If you want to give it a watch, I'm going to link it right here. The biggest headline of the week is out. Donald Trump tweets a doctored photo of his head on Rocky Balboa's body, and the internet freaks out. And the ultimate irony in all of this is that by referring to the meme as a fake video, the news is itself becoming fake news because they are deliberately trying to misrepresent the intent behind that video. That meme was never intended to deceive people as to the provenance or authenticity of the original video. It was intended to be a parody, and it was intended to be viewed as a parody. The difference between a parody video and a fake video: a parody is a commentary and a fake video is intended to deceive. But the deceit is even more insidious than Jim Acosta repeatedly referring to this meme as a fake video. Why was he referring to it as a fake video? Because Twitter labeled it as manipulated media.
One of which was labeled manipulated media by Twitter.
Twitter exercises its authority to label this video as manipulated media. Jim Acosta then runs with that to call the video a fake video for the purposes of his question during the press conference, so the entire world thinks that this video was a fake video intended to manipulate. And that is how the media cycle gets its news, and that is why some people think that the media is fake news. Now, the meme itself has actually been removed from Twitter, but not for violating the terms of service, for a copyright claim, and this is where things get really interesting. Now, first things first, and it's something I've said in previous vlogs, I don't think we should use children for the purposes of politics, even if it is in the context of a meme. I do find there to be something a little bit dirty of taking what was otherwise an objectively beautiful moment between two toddlers and spinning it for the purposes of political commentary. It's an old point in any event that can be made in other ways without taking this beautiful moment between two toddlers and using it for political purposes. That being said, I acknowledge that once you put something on the internet, you are opening the door for this kind of parody. When you put a Dave after the dentist type video on the internet, you know it might go viral because of the sheer humanness of that very moment, but you also know sure as sugar someone is going to use it for reasons that you might not like for the purposes of parody.
Yeah, in your seat.
And this is where the story takes an interesting legal turn, because the video was removed from Twitter not for violating their terms of service, but for a copyright claim. Now, the rights to the original video are being managed by a company called Media, and that name should ring a bell for those of you who've been watching my videos for long enough, or for those of you who watch MXR Plays. A while back, not trying to rehash the past, but Media found themselves on the wrong end of the social media brigade because they had given MXR Play's YouTube channel a copy strike for using some of their material in their reaction videos on YouTube. MXR Plays made a couple of videos on the subject describing the situation from their end, and their hundreds of thousands of followers didn't much approve of what Media had done and took to Media on social media. And the issue in that situation was whether or not the use that MXR Plays made of the videos to which they were reacting were sufficiently transformative to qualify as fair use. MXR Plays fanbase was operating on the foregone conclusion that the use MXR Plays made of the video was fair use, and that Jukin was being basically an IP bully on the internet. I made a vlog explaining why the situation was somewhat more nuanced than that. If you haven't seen that video, go ahead and watch it, and I'll link it right here. And the question in this situation is going to be relatively the same. Is Jukin exercising a legitimate copyright claim over the video, or is the use Donald J. Trump made of the video fair use? Now, I have done a bunch of videos on copyright law, and I don't want to repeat all of that in this vlog, so I'm going to link a playlist to my copyright vlogs right here. Give it a watch when you have a chance. Just to repeat one thing, the fair use defense is an affirmative defense. And by an affirmative defense, that means that it needs to be recognized by a judge. It is a defense to a lawsuit. It is not a right to use. If someone sues you for copyright infringement, it is a defense to the lawsuit. It is not a preclusion to that person being able to sue. Now, although jurisprudential criteria have been established, fair use is determined on a case-by-case basis. When it comes to fair use, you have to determine what type of fair use you are making. When it comes to commentary, you have to use as little as possible in order to get your point across. You have to determine whether or not you're using it for commercial purposes. You have to look at the impact your use has on the market for the original. When it comes to parody, you have to make sure that your use of the original is sufficiently transformative, just to name a few conditions. Now, setting aside questions of morality, because unfortunately there is a distinction between morality and legality, I happen to think that this particular meme does in fact qualify as fair use. I think given all of the elements of this meme, it was in fact sufficiently transformative, all the more so in light of the decision that came out of the Sargon of Akkad versus Aquila obviously lawsuit. For those of you who don't know, in that lawsuit, Carl Benjamin, aka Sargon of Akkad, did a re-edit of a video from Aquila Hughes, Aquila obviously, in which he basically just re-edited the video, took some highlights, and relabeled the title. The judge in that file determined that to be quintessential fair use, in that it was clearly a commentary and that the markets for that commentary were totally different. Sargon of Akkad was not appealing to Aquila Hughes' market. That being said, that affirmative defense was determined in the context of a defense to a lawsuit and not as a standalone defense. Incidentally, I'm still waiting for the decision on Sargon of Akkad's motion for legal fees from Aquila Hughes. I will be doing a vlog on that as soon as I get a copy of the judgment. I have seen the meme. I think it qualifies as quintessential fair use. It is not something I would do as a person, but it is in fact something I would defend as a lawyer. That being said, there is something of a political question, because apparently as of the date of shooting this vlog, while the video was removed from Donald Trump's account for a copyright claim, it was left on the original uploader's account, Carpe Donktum, without a copyright claim. Although I do suspect that check is in the mail, Carpe Donktum. So that is a breakdown of the situation, and if there's one takeaway from all of this, Jim Acosta, I'm looking at you. A meme is not a fake video. A meme is not a doctored photo. For anyone to refer to that as a fake video or a doctored photo, it is in fact them who is intending to mislead, and not the photo or the video itself, which might make you fake news.
Here's your sign.
And with that said, if you like my videos and you like my content, please be sure to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, drop a comment in the comment section below. It feeds the algorithm. If you want to support the channel, all of the support links are in the pinned comment. We have got merch. We've got Patreon, Subscribe Star, whatever, all of those other support thingies. But more important than that, take care of yourselves, check in on friends and family, make sure everyone around you is doing well, and now you know your vlog. Peace out. Booyah.
If I can ask you about last night, the president tweeted out some fake videos, one of which was labeled manipulated media by Twitter. Why is the president sharing fake videos on Twitter about two toddlers who are obviously showing a lot of love for one another? It seems as though he's exploiting children to make some sort of crass political point. Why is he sharing fake videos?
He was making a point about CNN specifically. He was making a point that CNN has regularly taken him out of context, that in 2019, CNN misleadingly aired a clip from one viewpoint repeatedly to falsely accuse the Covington boys of being, quote, students in MAGA gear harassing a Native American elder. That's a harassing video, a misleading video about children that had really grave consequences for their future.
So you're saying it's okay to exploit two toddlers hugging one another on a sidewalk to make some sort of political point. As you know, the president has described members of the press as fake news during the course of this administration. When you share fake videos like that, doesn't that make you fake news?
I think the president was making a satirical point that was quite funny if you go and actually watch the video. I think he was making a satire. The point is it was a play on CNN repeatedly taking the president out of context. Like the time when you guys had a chyron that read, "Trump slams some illegal immigrants, they're animals." Well, guess what? The people we called animals were MS-13 illegal immigrants who regularly mutilate people in this country. Those things are entirely misleading.
You don't mind pointing out the president has referred to some Mexican immigrants as rapists. He has tried to pass a Muslim ban in this country. He has described black NFL players as sons of bitches if they take a knee during a football game.
That's an absurd attempt to justify the misleading headlines that are regularly on your network.